This is the OPS pregame report.
Chemistry has been really good. It started with the seniors and trickled down to the underclassmen, and Coach Barker just has to love what his team has been doing.
And now let's get into the OPS pregame show here, as we're going to start by taking a look at the last couple of games for the Sparty squad, as they have won each of their last 5 games, with the last loss coming in overtime against Huntington North almost a month ago.
Yeah, their 2 losses on the season were back-to-back, and that heartbreaking in overtime from a half-quarter buzzer beater from Huntington North. But ever since then, some really solid wins at Pike and at Carroll were 2 really good away games, especially at Carroll. Even though there was some big differences in that game, at one point Homestead was up by double digits, Carroll was up by double digits. In the end, Homestead was able to finish strong against their rival, and ever since then they've really just been rolling. Dwenger and Lubers, 2 more SAC wins, and overall they're 5-0 in the SAC.
Yeah, they've been on a roll completely as of late, and in their most recent outing, it was a pretty smooth path to victory over the Bishop Lures Knights after a bit of a rocky start early in the first half.
Yeah, even though they had that rocky start, that second half was so good for the Spartans, and Gabby Helsum was a really big bright spot for this team, coming off of the bench, scoring 16 points and also getting 9 rebounds and 5 steals. That is a great production from off the bench. But then it's been the 2 main players for the Spartan team as well, Allie Stevens and Maya Epps, getting it done. 19 and 18 points respectively on the season. Maya Epps is averaging just under 12, whereas Allie Stevens is leading the team with 16.3 points per game. But these 2 have been doing it night in and night out, and look for them to continue it here tonight.
Yeah, and when you see a freshman come in off the bench and put up almost a 16-point double-double, just 1 rebound shy of a double-double, you know this team is really just loaded with talent this season. Seeing a freshman with that much talent still on the bench so far this season, maybe not shortly with how great she's been playing as of late. And now to turn our attention to the Spartans' opponent here tonight, the Angola Hornets, as they have had a down season compared to the usual standards, as they are 5-8 here at the midway point of the season. To make matters worse, Noah, they have lost 4 of their last 5 games, but tonight could provide the opportunity they need to get things rolling again, a statement victory over a top team in Class 4A.
This is the game that could really turn around the season for the Hornets. Like you said, they have been struggling as of late, so they really need a victory right now. Problem is, it's coming against one of the best teams in 4A, the number 9 team in 4A, so that's just going to make it even harder. And Angola has really been struggling within their own conference, sitting at 500 right now. They need their 2 leading scorers to really step up. Kylie Caswell averaging 13.3, as well as Macy Oberlin 10.6. They're only 2 double-digit scorers on this team, but those 2 are going to have to be huge, and then they're just going to have to defend especially. But this could be a huge win if they're able to pull it off.
Yeah, it could be a huge win for their season right now, struggling so far with that 5-8 record, as we mentioned, below the normal standards for this Angola Hornet squad. And right now, you mentioned the 2 leading scorers for the squad, the 2 double-digit scorers, Kylie Caswell and Macy Oberlin. Obviously, they're going to have to step up big for the squad here tonight. And also, I think overall this team's going to need to share the wealth more often, averaging only 4 assists per game coming into this one.
Yeah, that's a big difference between these 2 teams, because the Spartans on the season are averaging 14.1 assists per game, 10 more assists per game for the Spartans. That just shows you a big difference in how these 2 teams play. The team for the Spartans has really been clicking. They play as one, whereas Angola's been a little bit more ISO and not passing the ball as well. And we mentioned the 2 leading scorers, but they have 3 other players right around the 5-point per game mark: Leah Snyder, Jalen Fee, as well as Bailey Holman. Those 3 are also going to have to step up in this one. And like you said, share the wealth, get everybody involved.
Yeah, everyone is going to have to be involved in this one to try and upset the number 9 Homestead Spartans in this ballgame, as Homestead, as we've talked about all throughout this pregame show, just on a roll since that Thanksgiving break.
Yeah, that's it's really been a switch around. I mean, they didn't expect to lose the game against Huntington North. Huntington North is a really solid team, so they could pose threat for the future. Just teams around here, Spartans struggling with, and just in the local area, Angola, another one of those somewhat close teams in the area. So we'll see how they fare against this competition.
And now with that, as the clock nears 0 here from Spartan Arena, we are going to be taking a short break. But when we come back, we'll give you your keys to the game and tip-off live from Homestead. You're watching Homestead Basketball right here on Homestead Live.
You don't plan on getting an injury, so why should you plan ahead to care for one? At Orthostat, you don't have to. Whether you get hurt on the job or on the field, or if you're experiencing sudden, localized pain, we fix the unexpected. Our walk-in clinics provide emergency access to a full range of diagnostic, non-surgical, and surgical treatments. And the best part is, there's never an appointment or referral needed. So you can get in.
Put the chrome art on your drip. Add up mathematics just like magic way it flip. Look at
a minute 15 in. Here's McLaughlin, a 3-ball in the corner. That's good. Oh, the Spartans are state champion.
before I got this rich, I was my life was growing.
Welcome back to Homestead High School here as the Homestead Spartans are set to host the Angola Hornets. And this one, both of these squads coming into this game looking for the W. Angola on a bit of a losing streak, losing 4 of their last 5 games, while the Spartans have won each of their last 5. We are now going to be taking a look at the starting lineups for each of these squads in this one, starting off with the Angola Hornets, and this one with Leah Snyder, Jalen Fee, Kylie Caswell, Macy Oberlin, and Bailey Holman going to be leading the way for this Hornet squad here. And then for the Homestead Spartans, it is going to be Emma Royce, Maya Epps, Evie Bottoms, Molly Stock, and Allie Stevens to round out the starting 5.
The same starting 5 that we have seen all year long for the Spartans, and it's what you expect, not much difference, but we're going to see how Allie Stevens matches up against Bailey Holman. That size difference, 3-inch difference there. We've seen Allie Stevens guard players down low all season long. We'll see how she does tonight.
And we have really talked about all season long how the Spartans are a little bit undersized compared to what they have been in the previous seasons, and how rebounding potentially could be a disadvantage for them and something that they would have to battle with throughout the season. But on the year, they really haven't had much of a struggle with that, just out-rebounding teams by a 10th of a rebound per game this year.
Yeah, it's been pretty even. That's not where Homestead has been winning their games so far. They've been winning them especially in the turnover margin, and then just playing so much faster, getting more steals. That's where the Spartans have really been able to take advantage of other teams. And like you said, they don't have the presence down low in getting rebounds, but they've found other ways to get victories.
And now let's go into our keys to the game in this one, starting off with the keys for the Homestead Spartans. What do you think they need to do in this one?
Well, like we said earlier in the pregame, we saw Gabby Hilson come off the bench. When you have someone that can come off the bench and score so many points, like she did, 16 points, that's a great addition. So just use your depth there. And then on offense, go quick, especially in transition. When you can get steals and then turn that into points, it really helps.
And then for the Hornets in this one, what do you think they need to do to be able to come out on top of this one?
You need to play your own game in this one. Just make sure you don't play up to Homestead's pace, because that's just going to play right into Homestead's hands. Then also control the boards in this one. You have the height advantage, so make sure you win the game there and give yourself a chance.
And the officials tonight are going to be Justin Fogg, Craig Hershey, and Joe Rudolph. As Allie Stevens is going to be in for the tip for this Spartan squad, along with Bailey Holman in for the Hornets. The tip-off is controlled there by the Hornets. Caswell, the leading scorer for the Hornets, has it there on the Sparty logo to start off this ball game.
And interestingly, right now, got Emma Royce on the tallest player for Angola, arguably the best defender for the Spartans, but she just picked up a foul right there. Arguably the best defender for the Spartans on the tallest player for the Hornets.
Yeah, just knowing how important or how great of a defender Royce is, it's really not even that much of a surprise, just knowing the aggression she brings defensively and her ability to just shut down her opponents. As Stock is bringing the pressure defensively, and a foul will be called on Molly Stock. Just a little too aggressive that time.
Not what the Spartans wanted to start this game. 2 fouls already on the first possession. Definitely something that they need to clean up further down.
And now on the inbound, a missed shot opportunity right at the basket there for Holman of the Hornets. As Royce now has it top of the key. Swings it over to Stevens. A 3-ball, no good. But an offensive rebound there from Sparty. Epps, attacking the basket and gets the Spartans going with 2 there.
And that's where Maya Epps has been so good, stepping onto the varsity level. She is not scared to attack the basket. We've seen her do it game in and game out. And also on that drive there, nice little Euro step, not something we see too often.
As Epps then gets the steal on the team, at 84% shooter on the year, as the second one will drop in. Her first point of the night here as the Spartans lead now 3-0. As that ball will go out of bounds that time. Hornets will keep possession, tipped out of bounds by the Spartans. Now taking the inbound for the Hornets, Jalen Fee. Gets it stripped away now. Royce has it in transition for the Spartans. Outside Stock. Gets it inside, then out to Royce. Now Stevens attacking the basket and draws another foul. And 2 straight possessions were with Allie Stevens going to the charity stripe. Went 1 for 2 last time.
And both times those fouls were on Bailey Holman, the tallest player for the Hornets. That's definitely going to be a problem, and she might have to come out because of it. And if she doesn't, then the Spartans need to continue to attack, especially attack her and try to pick up that 3rd foul.
Stevens this time knocks down both free throws, getting back closer to her normal average at 84% shooter on the season, now 3 for 4 from the line here tonight after missing her first free throw attempt. As Snyder will have it top of the key, giving it down low to Holman. And outside as a blocking foul will be called on the Spartans. Caswell was attacking the basket for the Hornets as a foul was called on Evie Bottoms of the Spartans.
And a little bit of an uncharacteristic start for the Spartans. Already so many fouls. We see them be pretty composed on defense overall as they get a steal there. That's more of what we've seen this year, but those fouls is not something that we see too often.
Stock will pull up in the mid-range there. No good. And overall, what you were just talking about, the Spartans on the season, they've just been able to play great defense while avoiding the foul and not fouling too often. Haven't seen too many Spartans in foul trouble so far this year.
Yeah, well, Spartans average 12 steals per game and force 19.5 turnovers per game. So that just shows you how good they have been defensively, and they've just been really disciplined all year, and that shows you how Coach Mark has been able to get this team in order.
Now Snyder swinging it out top of the key to Holman there. As Snyder has it on that elbow. Just a couple minutes into this game, the Hornets still held scoreless here. This is a team that only averages 40 points per game on the season. A very slow-paced offensive squad, as that one will drop in this time for Tira Stillman. 2 points for her. As the Spartans just turn it over there.
It's exactly what Angola needed to get themselves back in the game. It's really seemed like so far in this one that the Spartans have completely dominated, but it's only a 3-point game. We're 3.5 minutes into it.
So now on the logo is Caswell trying to create something for this offense as the ball will be tipped out of bounds.
That's already the second time we've seen Evie Bottoms tip the ball out of Kylie Caswell over on that far end, and she's done a really good job to slow down Caswell so far, the leading scorer for the Hornets.
Yeah, has done a great job to slow her down, as this Hornet squad is just completely struggling offensively here. As we see once again, this time a foul will be called on the Spartans. That's going to be the 4th team foul already, just halfway through this first quarter. They are well on pace to get the Hornets shooting free throws early on in this one.
There are 4 different players now for the Spartans that have a foul, 4 different starters. The only one that doesn't have a foul is Maya Epps.
As the ball is now stolen, yet another turnover in this one, as Epps sends a pass down low, almost stolen away, but then tipped out of bounds by Tyra Stillman.
And Epps has been a really good facilitator this year, averaging 3 assists per game, but that time she was just a little late to find Stevens and gave the time for Stillman to get over.
As Royst off the inbound long, rebound brought in by Snyder. But then a full court pressure there from the Spartans, a double team after the rebound. Forces Snyder to go out of bounds and turn it over.
Right after that, the offense has been a little stagnant. Coach Parker brings in a freshman who just scored 16 points in the last game, Gabby Helsum, to see if she can provide a spark.
As now it's going to be Royce pulling the trigger on a 3, no good, but yet another second chance opportunity as Epps can't get it to drop. Caswell now moving across the court quick, driving inside, and it's tipped out of bounds. We'll retain possession. As there's going to be a 30-second timeout here, called by the Hornets. As so far in this one, it's a 5-2 Homestead lead. Almost 5 minutes into this one. We haven't seen much offense. What do you think each of these teams need to do to get it going offensively?
Well, the Hornets really just need to have better ball movement. They're passing it a lot outside of the 3-point arc, but even with that, the Spartans are all over them. They need to break the Spartans' defense, try to get inside. That's where their 2 points came from, was inside the paint. And then the Spartans, they've been getting some good looks. They just haven't really been able to capitalize. They've been running in transition, really playing what their game has normally been. But with that, the Spartans just need to be a little better in getting the ball in the hoop.
Now coming out of the timeout, Hornets still in possession. Caswell has it on the left side, attacks inside, driving on Stock, no good. And that ball tipped out of bounds once again by the Spartans. So now it's going to be a third chance opportunity on this possession for the Hornets. Now sending it in. Down low is going to be Tyra. Stillman attacking the basket as Snyder has it outside. Out to Stillman. Now on that left side, Fia 3, no good. And yet another chance here for the Hornets. As the ball is tipped out of bounds off of the Spartans. And the Hornets here now going to have their potential fourth shot attempt of the possession.
Well, they've been getting some good looks. A wide open 3 there for Fee. Just couldn't knock it down as another Spartan picking up a foul now, and just another one will send Angola into a bonus, and that can make a big difference in this one, especially with how little offense there has been to this point. But they're getting good looks. They just haven't been able to knock it down. Caswell was able to drive inside. Fee got a good open spot on the corner, just not able to knock it down.
Caswell now tries to drive inside once again, dishes it over to Oberlin, who puts up a hook shot and drops it in. Macy Oberlin, second leading scorer on the squad, averaging 10.6 points per game coming into this one, getting 2 there. And Stock pulls the trigger on a 3, splash from Molly Stock.
That get a lot of playing time, and Gabby Helsum, Ankenbrook, and Maya Epps all out there right now.
Snyder with a second chance opportunity converts for Angola. And then quickly Maya Epps answers.
This is exactly what the Spartans need. They've really been struggling offensively, but these last few minutes been coming to life once again with some threes and then another attack to the basket there by Maya Epps.
And this time it's going to be an offensive foul called on Kylie Caswell. Just hooked around the defender there.
She's done that a few times in this game. That's the first time that was called, but when Angola was able to get their second basket of the game, we saw her do that little hook there to get it around Allie Stevens that time also.
So now under a minute left in this first quarter. Defensively, the Spartans just shutting down the Hornets so far in this one. As Stevens bodies up down low. Can't get it to drop though. Hornets down 7. Looking to cut into that lead here to close out the first quarter. Stillman down low. Now 20 seconds left in this first quarter. The ball gets tipped out of bounds off of Alexi Stillman. So that is going to be Spartans possession.
Once again, the Spartans have done a really good job at locking down the Hornets in this one. Just 15 seconds left. You expect them to hold for the last shot, maybe get the lead out to double digits.
So now under 10 seconds left. It's Ankenbrook has it. Driving inside, a Euro step, and it goes out of bounds with 1 second left. Off of Ankenbrook of the Spartans, so the Hornets potentially with a half-court heave opportunity with 1 second left. They're just going to take the inbound and not even try to put up a shot here and just take the 7-point deficit to the break as the Spartans lead 13-6.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Spartan Arena here as the Homestead Spartans lead over the Angola Hornets after the first 13-6. Overall, the Spartans just not allowing the Hornets to get anything going offensively as Leah Snyder had 2 points, Tyra Stillman had 2 points, and Macy Oberlin had the other 2 for the Hornets.
Yeah, and Macy Oberlin, the second leading scorer on this team, finally able to score after 5 minutes in that first quarter, but Spartans have just been playing so locked down in this one that they've gotten some opportunities. They've all been pretty contested, but also when they've gotten those opportunities, they just have not been able to convert on them, and that's where Spartans have really been able to take advantage. When they've been getting their open threes, they've knocked them down.
Yeah, and how about the Spartans holding the Hornets' leading scorer on the season, Kylie Caswell, scoreless in that first quarter?
And that just shows you Evie Bottoms did a great job in that first quarter. She was the main person guarding her, and she really locked her down.
As that is going to be a jump ball right away to start off this quarter. Possession will favor the Hornets. Tyra Stillman going to inbound as the Spartans look to be applying a pressure here once again. Stillman trying to get it across half court, gives it over to Caswell. Now over to Snyder. Inside, loses the ball, stripped away, and it ends up in Helsum's hands for the Spartans. Landrigan over to Stock. A 3-ball splash from Molly Stock. Double-digit lead now for the Spartans as Stock knocks down already her second triple of the night.
And that shows you the difference between these two teams. Great ball movement, great teamwork there. Starting from Gabby Helsum, then to Claire Landrigan. And Claire Landrigan finding Stock wide open. It just shows you how good this team is with their ball movement and why they average so many assists.
And right there defensively, once again, they come up with a big stop, forcing a turnover there once again. As Helsum, working down low this time, draws the foul. The freshman going to work down low, coming off of a huge game, 16 points with 9 rebounds last Friday. Now already trying to get something here.
It always helps when you can get double-digit points from your bench, but double-digit points from just one person, and she was the third leading scorer in that game, was huge for this team. She's averaging about 5.6 points per game this season, but she's added a great addition so far. She's got 5 points now with making both of those in this game. 2 points, and then Whitney Ankenbrook has 3.
As the Hornets are going to turn it over again this time. As Stock now will have it. Helsum, freshman, attacking once again, loses it, but then gets it back. Now over to Helsum. A great pass from Stock and a great finish from Gabby Helsum.
Great find there by Molly Stock, just threading the needle between 3 Angola defenders, and that's what you love to see for one of your captains.
And yet another turnover for this Hornet squad. That's been the story of the quarter so far. It's been hard for them to even get near the three-point arc. The Spartans have just had some swarming defense.
Yeah, ever since the Spartans went to that zone and pressing a little bit more, they've done really good job defensively. They're already doing a good job, but it was even better when they went to the switch of defense.
As a foul is going to be called once again, this time on Angola. And early on in this one, just a couple minutes into the game, the Spartans picked up a whole bunch of fouls defensively, but since then they have cleaned it up, not fouling for a while here.
We didn't see Coach Parker call the timeouts, as is Angola, who was the one that called 2 early timeouts, and that probably gave Coach Parker the time he needed to really tell his team what they needed to do, and so far it's worked.
As Fee gets it over to Tyra Stillman, attacking inside. Outside to Lexi Stillman. Stillman back with it. Over in the corner to Reinhard. Caswell. As the Hornets just trying to look for something here, as that ball was tipped off of the leg of Stillman. And it is going to be the Spartans' ball once again. Another turnover for the Hornets. As a timeout will be called here by the Homestead Spartans.
And so far in this one, the Spartans have forced more turnovers than allowed points in it. That just shows you how good they've done.
Yeah, they have just done fantastic in this one all around. And I mean, it hasn't even just been one person doing the work here for the Spartans. They have completely spread the wealth in this one. Everybody's doing their work and making this one almost easy for the Spartans as they are rolling past the Hornets.
Yeah, it was about 4 minutes into this game. It was only 5-2, really slow for the Spartans especially. But right after that, they picked it up, and they've really dominated the game ever since then, going on a 15-4 run in the last 9 minutes.
As now coming out of the timeout, the Hornets trying to pick up some pressure here. As Stock has it now for the Spartans. Knocked down 2 triples so far in this game. Has Stock, a dangerous three-point shooter all throughout her career here for the Spartans, as she pulls the trigger on a 3, no good. And then a foul on the rebound called on Allie Stevens. That's going to be her second personal.
Another good look there for Molly Stock, and that's really been the difference between these two teams. Spartans have gotten a lot more good looks. To start this one, it was really just Angola not hitting their shots, but ever since then, they haven't been able to get any good looks.
And yet another turnover here for this Hornets squad, as that has just been the complete story of this quarter. As Stevens, before the three-point attempts, shuffled her feet, a travel called. Turnover answers turnover. As Stillman takes it inside, no good there for the Hornets. As Sandlin tried to get a pass out to Stock in the corner, could not connect or send it away before stepping out of bounds. A turnover. The Hornets now just trying to work it across the timeline. They do over to Reinerd. In the corner, a triple from Fee splashes in. Some life from the Hornets there. Maybe that can get things going offensively as the Spartans try to move quick. Second chance opportunity here after Stock with an offensive rebound. Fee in the corner. Now out to the right side, a triple, no good. As Tyra Stillman was called for the foul on the rebound there, it's going to send the Spartans to the line for a 1-and-1.
The Spartans have really been struggling offensively, so maybe this will help them settle back in after 3 straight turnovers on the offensive side, give them a chance to get right back on the board.
The Spartans, Sanaya Sandlin at the line, 50% free throw shooter on the season. First one's up and it's short. No good. Rebound controlled by the Hornets here. Now down by just 11. Trying to cut into this lead as they pull the trigger on another 3. No good. Rebound tipped around and controlled by the Spartans bottoms. And now that's going to be a traveling violation called on the Spartans. Yet another turnover in this one.
We've seen some uncharacteristic play from the Spartans in this game. Way too many turnovers compared to normal as well. They've also been fouling a lot more than we've seen.
Now over halfway into this second quarter. No, the Hornets, they really haven't been showing much sign of life on offense. We've talked about a couple things that they need to do to get it going. What do you think right now, as they turn it over yet again there, what do they need to do offensively to get things going?
Well, if they can, I think they need to start trying to drive to the paint. in this one. I mean, they've really struggled to even get inside of the three-point arc, so that might be a lot to ask of this team. But if they could get there and get some better looks, I think that's where you got to go.
As Helsum can't get that layup to drop there. Rebound brought in by the Hornets, Snyder. As Caswell attacking the basket once again. A blocking foul is going to send her to the line for 2 free throws. As that is going to be foul number 3 on Allie Stevens of the Spartans.
With that, she's likely going to have to come out, but the Spartans have been playing so good defensively that it probably won't matter too much if they don't have her offensive presence.
As Caswell knocks down that free throw. That is just her first point of the ball game. The leading scorer on the season for the Hornets. Now just getting her first point late in this first half with 2 free throws.
Well, seeing the ball go through the basket may help her confidence a lot, just that she knows that she can score.
And yet another offensive rebound here after a block from Caswell there. As Royce is going to drive in, loses it, and now it's going to be Oberlin. Over to Caswell, out in transition. And then there's going to be a foul called on Evie Bottoms of the Spartans. Going to send Caswell to the line, this time just for a 1-and-1 though. Caswell just knocked down 2 free throws on the last possession. First one rolls out. Rebound brought in by the Spartans. Epps with it now. Helsum out to Bottoms. The Spartans right now just trying to continue to control this ball game as they have been able to so far in this one, as Royce is fouled on a layup attempt there, and she'll go to the line for 2.
The Spartans just really have not looked as strong in the last few minutes. We've seen a lot of turnovers for them. They aren't cutting as hard. Their passes aren't as firm. And that's really been shown for their lack of productivity offensively.
And Royce, the 74% free throw shooter on the season. Second one is up, and it's no good. Rebound out of bounds, tipped out of bounds off the Hornets. Spartans are going to keep it. As Ankenbrook now has it. Top of the key. The Spartans lead back out to double digits, trying to make it even more here as Royce pulls the trigger on a 3-ball short. Rebound goes out of bounds. Hornets will take possession.
It's really shocking to just see this game only be a 10-point deficit for the Hornets with how poorly they've played offensively. Their defense has kept them into this game, and it's really just been defensive game overall for both these teams. They've been shutting down each other, so neither team has been able to get rolling on offense.
As Caswell now gives it over to Oberlin, top of the key. Hornets in need of some offensive production if they want to get back in this one. And right here's the perfect time to try and get it going. Just under 90 seconds left in this first half, trailing by just 10 points here. As Caswell has it, gets a screen from Oberlin. And then it's tipped away, and then a fight for it on the ground, and that's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow favoring the Spartans, so they will get possession here with 73 seconds left in this second quarter.
Well, you'd think that they'd like to get maybe 2 baskets before the half to have something go into the half, something positive to lead you there, as Helsum provides that right away. And once again, just showing you how important she's been off the bench and getting her total up to 7.
Once again, the freshman coming up big here for the Spartans off of a 16-point performance against Lures in the last outing, now 7 here. As Oberlin, guarded by Royce, gets pressured. 30 seconds left now in this first half. Trailing by 13, the Hornets in need of some points here before entering the locker room. As the ball's then tipped out of bounds off of the Hornets, Spartans going to get possession after yet another Hornets turnover. That ball almost went all the way out to the hallway after that deflection.
Well, the Spartans were finally able to get a field goal to go after nearly 3.5 minutes of not scoring other than free throws, and that's a great sign for this team.
Helsum short on the triple that time, tried to get her total up to double digits. As the rebound goes out long off of the Hornets, Spartans going to retain possession. 14 seconds left, up 13. Now it's going to be Helsum into my apps. Just seconds remaining in this first half. Up 13. Left side Royst. Now Stock. Pulls the trigger from deep, and that ball sails out of bounds. And that will bring us to the end of this first half of action as the Homestead Spartans lead at the break 24-11.
Southwest Allen County Schools is our home. Home to dedicated staff, passionate teachers, and a generous community that values and supports education. We believe our culture of learning embraces change, flexibility, and innovation. We believe our schools serve as the hub of our diverse community. We value hard work, attention to craft, and tenacity. We ask questions, share ideas, and work together to find new ways to do new things, great things, for our students, for our district, and for our community. In partnership with parents, we believe learning encompasses critical thinking, creative thinking, collaboration, communication, citizenship, and resiliency. We take pride in our successes and share in our accomplishments. We are Southwest Allen County Schools, preparing today's learners for tomorrow's opportunities.
Welcome back to Homestead High School here as the Homestead Spartans are leading 24-11 in this one at the break. And what a performance defensively from the Spartan squad to hold the Hornets to only 11 points in that first half of action.
Yeah, they were really shut down, and it started when they went to that zone defense and also started to press a little more. That really helped the Spartans out defensively, limiting Angola of any options. They were able to get a few good options when the Spartans were in man, but after that, weren't able to get any, and that shows you how good the Spartans defense has been. But then the Spartans offensively started to struggle a little bit. They got a shot to fall at the end of that half, but they were only able to hit one field goal in the last 4 minutes.
And now let's take a look at the stats of that first half of action as the Homestead Spartans, we talked about it, really controlled all around defensively, forcing 17 turnovers as the Angola Hornets shot 4 for 13 from the field.
And that's really the difference, 17-7 turnovers. It's only a 13-point game, which really isn't that much with how this game has gone so far. But also Spartans, they aren't even shooting as well as Angola. They've just been getting so many more looks and more threes that they've been able to pull away in this one.
Yeah, it's not like the Spartans have been playing that great offensively. It's more so the fact that they haven't even been allowing the Hornets to get shots up. They've been forcing turnovers as soon as they get across the timeline and just made it so difficult for Angola all throughout this one.
Yeah, that's really what has been so far, making it so difficult for Angola. I mean, Angola's leading scorer coming into this game, Kylie Caswell, only has 2 points. Their leading scorer is Jalen Fee, and she's got 3 points in this game. There have been a lot of different people that have scored, but nobody has scored a lot.
Now, no, as the Hornets now trail by 13 at this break, with only scoring 11 in that first half of action, what are their keys going to be in the second half of action to try to get back into this one and potentially even pull off the comeback victory?
Well, defensively, they've really been doing a good job. Only allowing 24 points to the Spartans team is good for first half. The Spartans team is averaging 60 points per game, so below average on that. But offensively, they need to drive inside and then start to kick it. They've been passing too much outside of the three-point arc, and it's led to a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, it's been very difficult for this Hornets squad to get anything going with those 17 turnovers, as we were going to send it to another break here on Homestead Live, but we will be back with second half action of Homestead Angola.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
I can't wait to get you home.
Ooh, I'm gonna eat you up when you go home. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait. I'm just gonna bite you.
Oh, baby. That looks amazing. Marcos, pizza lovers get it.
Rethink your limits.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, subs, and more. Order online at marcos.com or by phone at 625-6800. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
Welcome back to Spartan Arena. Here it's the Homestead Spartans lead at the break 24-11 after a dominant first half. Overall forcing 17 turnovers, not allowing the Hornets to get anything going.
That was really the difference in this one, how good defensively the Spartans were. Even though Angola was good defensively as well, Spartans forced 10 more turnovers in that first half, and that was the main difference.
Yeah, forcing those 10 more turnovers and having 11 more field goal attempts is the main difference in getting this 13-point lead at the break. As Caswell takes the inbound for the Hornets. Trying to create for her squad here. As Snyder has it out on that right side. Puts up a shot, no good. Rebound brought in by Stevens of the Spartans. It's Bottoms. Now with it for the Spartans. Overall, the Spartans have played a great game defensively, as we've talked about a whole lot throughout this one. As Stevens pulls the trigger on a three, or Stock pulls the trigger on a three, that one's long. As Oberlin gives it out to Snyder. Now out to Fee. Back over to Oberlin on that right side. Now a minute into this second half of action.
We're still yet to see Angola really get into an offensive rhythm as their coach is now calling out a play. But we haven't seen them do too much other than just pass it around outside the arc.
Now Holman has it, gives it over to Snyder, driving inside, and it's blocked by Epps. Rebound brought in by Epps. Now Stock in transition. Royce attacking inside, gets around the defense and draws the foul on the shot. Foul called on Bailey Holman.
And that's going to be her third foul. We didn't really see her too much in that first half because they were scared she was going to pick up that third. In just a minute and a half into the second half, she does pick up that third. That's really where Angola has the advantage in this game with a 6'2" player, but they've got to try to exploit that advantage.
As Royce gets the first free throw to drop there. Extends her total up to 5 points now on the night. As Caswell now has it for the Hornets, trailing by 14. needs to get something going for her squad. The leading scorer for this squad is Oberlin. The second leading scorer drives inside. Now out on the left side, Stillman. Back out to Oberlin. Attacking and a missed shot. Rebound brought in by Royce. Stevens inside, a shot, and it's in off the glass. 27-11. The Spartans, 16-point lead now. As Stillman sends it over, and then a timeout will be called once again by the Hornets. This one's going to be a full timeout, and we will take a short break. We'll be back with more Homestead Angola. Welcome back to Spartan Arena here as the Spartans leading 27-11 here just a couple minutes into the third. Timeout was just called by the Hornets. As this Hornets squad, they are in need of something offensively. We've seen a whole lot of turnovers in this one, some good looks just not falling. It's been very difficult for the Hornets to get something going offensively, but they need it here. Down 16. Under 6 left in the third. As Holman trying to send it outside, and then ends up in the corner as Fee misses the three-pointer. Now Stock, a three of her own, no good. Rebound tipped around, a fight for it on the floor, and it's a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Spartans, so they will retain possession.
And so far, Angola has got some good looks. They just haven't been able to convert, and that's kind of been the same for the Spartans as Molly Stock. This is her third open look now. That one, she's finally able to convert. She went 1 for 3, though, to start this half.
As Lexi Stillman loses the ball there for the Hornets. Now over to Royce, and she lays it in with ease there. Royce now up to 9 points for the Spartans in this one.
And that was just a nice play overall. Maya Epps drawing the defender over and then passing it over to Royce. Not a jelly layup there, but just nice and fundamental.
As Lexi Stillman takes the inbound for the Hornets there. Spartans up 21 in this one, still applying that pressure. As right there, it's going to be Caswell getting her first field goal of the night. The leading scorer for this Hornet squad finally finding something from the field.
And this team all year long has really just relied on 2 players to get the scoring done for them, as there's a great post move there by Maya Epps. But the 2 players just cannot get it done against a defense as good as the Spartans. That's where you really need to learn how to pass the ball, and this team does not know how to do that.
This team has struggled trying to share the ball and set their teammates up, averaging only 4 assists per game. As that time, Caswell stuffed inside. Rebound controlled by the Spartans. As Epps gets a good look at the rim and finishes. 23-point lead for the Spartans. As Stillman now has it top of the key. Snyder over to Caswell. Lexi Stillman, a 3-ball. Banks almost in, but then rolls off. Her sister, Tyra Stillman, finishes it for 2. As on the other end, it's going to be an and 1 for Emma Royce to the Spartans.
And that shows you the difference between these two teams. It really took a lot just for Angola to even score that basket, but Homestead answers in mere seconds.
Some subs here and with this, as you get a look at the turnover differential. 18 turnovers for Angola versus just 7 for the Spartans so far in this one, as Royce converts on the three-point play, knocking down the free throw.
That does show you that Angola's done a better job. They've only had 1 turnover this half, so they've been able to settle in a little more.
Now inside, it's going to be Stillman attacking once again, and now Tyra Stillman going to go to the line for 2.
She's been a bright spot so far off the bench for this team offensively. She's got 4 points in this one. She's really been attacking the basket and providing a lot of opportunities.
So now Stillman at the line. First one up and in. Averaging 3.8 points per game on the season. 5 points so far in this one. Second free throw in as well. Now a 22-point ball game once again. As Stock sends it out to Landrigan. Now left side. Stock, a 3-ball splash from Molly Stock. Yet another triple. Her 4th of the night.
Molly Stock, a set play run for her, and that is a great play. They faked it one way and had 2 players set up for screeners for Molly Stock going the other way. Now she's hit 4 threes on the night, and those are all of her points, but she's the only double-digit scorer in this game.
The Spartans lead up to 25 now, as a 3 will be answered right away by the Hornets. This time it's Ava Reinert. As Ankenbrook will pull the trigger on a 3. That one's long. No good. Now in the corner. Out to Stock. A 3-ball long. Rebound goes out of bounds, and it will be Hornets possession. 22-point deficit for the Angola Hornets. Trying to cut into that here.
Well, Angola has scored 9 points so far in this quarter, much better than the first half overall, as they scored 11 points in that first half. So they've been able to settle in offensively and get some good looks.
As Snyder gets it into the corner, Lexi Stillman double teamed, and it's tipped out of bounds off of Stillman. It's going to be Spartans ball once again.
Now the Spartans have a interesting lineup in, as they've got a younger lineup. The oldest player, Claire Landrigan, with the ball there, who's a junior, but they also have a sophomore and 3 freshmen out there.
As Epps, one of the freshmen, pulls the trigger on a 3, no good. But an offensive rebound from another freshman, Gabby Helsum, as another freshman, Ankenbrook, pulls the trigger on a 3, bounces around, no good. And then a foul will be called on the rebound. This one is going to be on Tyra Stillman of the Hornets.
And even though the Hornets have out-rebounded the Spartans, they have not done a great job of boxing out, as the Spartans have been able to get a lot of second and third chance opportunities.
Now Snyder gets a steal there. That time it's the Spartans turning it over. Lexi Stillman has it across the timeline. Still trailing by 22 here. As the ball gets lost, players diving on the floor for it, and it's going to be another jump ball. Possession arrow this time favoring the Hornets, so they will retain possession here. Tyra Stillman gets it in. He's now down low to Tyra Stillman once again, as a foul will be called down low. Claire Landrigan trying to guard Macy Oberlin down low.
That's a big
Actually, that is Bailey Holman down low.
That's a big height difference there. 6'2", Holman up against 5'7", Claire Landrigan.
As Snyder gets the and one there for the Hornets. Off the inbound, going up strong. Foul called on Maya Epps of the Spartans. Her first personal. As the free throw's no good. Rebound controlled by the Spartans. Epps moving quickly. Out to Freem in the corner. Three-pointer won't go. Rebound being tipped all around. Out of bounds off the Spartans. Hornets will get it back. A 20-point ball game here.
Both these teams have really struggled defensively, and it's been more of an offensive battle so far in this second half.
Now Kylie Caswell takes the inbound here. And overall, the Hornets, you just talked about it. It's been an offensive struggle all throughout this ball game. For really, both of these teams haven't had too much going offensively, mainly for the Hornets, as they just need something here. As that time, they do get something to drop. As that was Bailey Holman. And that will bring us to the end of this third quarter. 18-point Spartan lead, 42-24. And welcome back to Spartan Arena here as the Homestead Spartans are leading this one 42-24 here after 3. What a dominant performance from the Homestead Spartans all around so far in this one.
Yeah, it really has been. The offense came to life in that quarter right there.
And now for the Spartans, or for the Hornets in this fourth quarter. What do you think they need to do to cut into this lead?
They really need to find their defense again.
As right there, that's some defensive effort, forcing the turnover. Caswell over to Stillman. Now to Caswell, top of the key.
And the offense just looked a lot better in that third quarter, but
as that time, it's going to be Stevens going up and fouled on the shot attempt. We'll be shooting 2 at the line.
good drive there by Stevens, and they missed her presence there in the third quarter, but the offense didn't slow down. Defensively, though, that's where you think they got to have struggled as Coach Parker's calling a timeout.
And now we're going to go to a short break as the Spartans lead 42-24.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
And now welcome back to Spartan Arena here as the Spartans lead this one 42-24. What a great performance from the Spartans all around in this one, as Allie Stevens currently going to be at the line here trying to extend the lead.
Yeah, and once again, they missed her in that third quarter, but defensively, I think that's really where they missed her, because Angola was able to score 13 points in that third quarter, whereas in that first half, they only scored 11, so a big improvement offensively. The offense, though, did look better for the Spartans, but once again, Allie Stevens is your leading scorer, so you can't really fault her for anything there.
Yeah, and Allie Stevens with those 2 free throws, now up to 5 points on the night. And you mentioned the leading scorer for the squad on the season. It's impressive that the Spartans can have this 20-point lead here, even with Allie Stevens struggling.
Yeah, it really is, and it shows you how their depth is so good. They have so many different players that can score right now. They've got 5 different players with at least 7 points in the game. All 4 of the starters except Evie Bottoms and then Gabby Hulsem off of the bench. It just provides you so much comfort as a coach to know that anyone can score on any night.
Now Caswell with it, top of the key here for the Hornets. Guarded by Bottoms. Now out to Snyder, top of the key. Pulls up in the mid-range, rolls off the rim. Rebound brought in by the Spartans here, up 20, 6:30 left in this fourth quarter. Stevens, a mid-range pull-up, splash. Allie Stevens now up to 7. As Holman has it on that right wing. The Hornets are in need of some offensive production. Trailing by 22 points here. 6 minutes left in this fourth quarter. As Snyder sends it outside. Now a three-pointer long. No dice for the Hornets. Now Snyder down low. Can't get it to go either. And it will stay with the Hornets as a... actually, it's a foul on the Hornets. And it is going to be Spartans' possession.
Now we see 2 of the Homestead Spartans come out of this game. You got to wonder how much longer the rest of the starters are going to play, as this game is well in hand. May see more of the younger players get some more action.
And now Epps sends it over to Bottoms. Back to Epps. A 22-point lead here for the Spartans. Epps down low to Stevens. Throws up a shot, no good. Rebound tipped around, out to Adams outside. Now Epps driving in. Gives it over to Freem, and high off the glass and in. Spartans now doubling up the Hornets, 48-24. As Reinard has it in the corner. Out to Caswell. Right now, this Hornets team really just looking for any sort of momentum, even if it won't be enough to win this one, maybe heading into future contests. As after this one, they will have a long break with the holidays, not playing their next game until January 4th when they will host the East Noble Knights.
Yeah, that'll be a good break for this team. Just let them get regrouped, especially after a tough game like this one. And the team has really been struggling as of late, so give them some time to figure things out and once again just really regroup and find a new game plan.
As Caswell has it for the Hornets. Over to Reinard. Now down low, Snyder. Attacks inside, blocked by Sanaya Sandler. The sophomore for this squad here. Coming up big off the bench with a block. As Reinhardt takes the inbound, a triple short. Rebound, tipped out of bounds, off of the Spartans. Hornets gonna get another chance. As we get another timeout, we are going to take yet another break here as the Spartans lead 48-24. We'll be back with the rest of this fourth quarter from Spartan Arena.
Touchdown, Homestead! Dribbles in, mid-range jumper up. He got it! Zach Kruger hit the shot.
Welcome back to Spartan Arena as the Homestead Spartans are leading over Angola 48-24 here with just 4:37 remaining in this ball game. What domination from the Spartans so far.
Yeah, it was really a slow start for the Spartans, but after about 4 minutes left in that first quarter, Spartans have taken control ever since then and never looked back. They had their struggles in the second quarter, but the second half has been all Homestead. Even though Angola has been able to score more in this half, they still have yet to score this quarter.
As Fee off the inbound knocks down a triple. Fee giving some life once again to this Hornets offense that has been dormant for most of this ball game. As Adams had just a wide open look and didn't shoot that one, as Stevens will pull the trigger and knock it down. Allie Stevens, we mentioned a bit of a slow start from Allie Stevens, but that has not been the case overall in this one, as she is now up to 12 points on the night.
Yeah, just like that, she scored 7 points in this quarter, and we were talking about how she hadn't really been much of an offensive threat in this game, but she can heat up in a moment, and she just proved that to you right there.
Now Snyder has it for the Hornets. Down low, Holman. Backing down, Sanaya Sandlin puts it up and is swatted away. Sanaya Sandlin now with 2 blocks in this fourth quarter. Stevens, a pump fake, a drive, puts it up, no good. Rebound brought in by Reinert of the Hornets. Over to Caswell. Out to Snyder. Back to Caswell. 3 minutes remaining in this ball game. The Spartans in complete control of this one. As we mentioned, it is going to be a long break after this one for the Hornets. They won't be playing until January 4th. It's the same thing for the Spartans. They have a long break with the holidays, with their next game not coming until January 3rd when they host the North Central Panthers.
Yeah, the Spartans also with the long break, and that'll be a tougher game against North Central. Last year they were able to beat the Panthers, even though they did not have Ayanna Patterson in that game, so like definitely gives the Spartans a boost for that one.
As a foul will be called there on the rebound on Sanaya Sandlin. Just the 4th team foul on the Spartans. As Caswell gets it across for the Hornets. Over to Reinhardt. Now Holman. The Hornets just taking their time, trying to find a good look here. As Reinhardt in the corner. Driving baseline. Kicks it out to Caswell in the corner. A triple splash from Kylie Caswell.
Caswell's really been quiet tonight, but with that, she's up to 7 points, but that's not going to be enough as it's too late, even if she finds her rhythm now.
Now Sanaya Sandlin on the follow there. No good. A fight for it on the floor. And a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Hornets. It's going to be their possession. 2:06 left in the ball game. The Spartans took control of this one early and have not let go since. Still up 21 points in this one.
The Hornets just trying to build some confidence with the last 2 minutes of this one. The offense has been looking good. They still have their starters out right now, whereas Homestead has brought in their bench already, so they've got a chance to improve.
As that ball will be batted out of bounds. And it will stay the Spartans' possession, as that was tipped out of bounds off of the Hornets. Adams going to be the inbounder. Spartans leading by 21 here as Landrigan sends it down low to Sandlin. A spin move, nice shot at the rim, and gets it in. Sandlin shooting 52% on the season, averaging 1.8 points a game. Gets her first 2 of the night there.
Great move there by Sandlin, and that's really what the Spartans have lacked this year, a post presence down low. Sandlin's only a sophomore, though, so she definitely has time as she has hit a jump shot there as well. She has time to still develop into a really good post player.
Yeah, Sandlin's still about 2.5 seasons left of her high school career here, as the Spartans now leading by 25, under a minute remaining in this game. As Caswell drives on the baseline. Caswell pulls the trigger from beyond the arc, and she's short. And this time it's Reinhard drilling the triple. And yet another timeout, as this one appears to just be a substitution.
Now we're going to see Carly Mollering come in to this game. She hasn't really got too much playing time, but she is that fourth freshman on this team. She's only played 2 games so far this year, but once again, get 36 seconds here to have some varsity playing time.
Now Landrigan pulls from the mid-range. No dice. Down low. Now just 10 seconds remain in the game. Reinhard trying to get a shot up. Loses the ball, but it was tipped out of bounds off the Spartans.
Good job there by Carly Mollering to shift over, and really good defense.
And now a 3 at the buzzer. No good from Fee for the Hornets, and that will bring us to the end of regulation in this one. Homestead wins 55-33. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with the OPS postgame report. And welcome back to Spartan Arena as the Homestead Spartans win this one 55-33, a dominant showcase from the Spartan squad, as we will be taking a look at the final stats of action in this one, as Homestead controlled this one throughout that 22-point victory, and the turnover differential really the key storyline in this one.
Yeah, both teams were not as good defensively, better offensively, as Angola had 4 turnovers in that second half. Spartans had 3, but the Spartans dominated in the rebound column in the second half, and that really helped them in that second half to get the difference, and also made a lot more shots. They were 29% going into half from the field, but finished the game 40%.
Yeah, they really were struggling early on in that first half, shooting a low percentage from the field, but then they were able to figure it out in that second half of action. And overall, the turnover differential, we talked about it a lot throughout this one. Angola just struggling with the turnovers, as it's been the stout Spartan defense forcing them.
Yeah, and all year long, we've seen the Spartan defense do a really good job at forcing turnovers. They've been forcing 19.5 turnovers per game coming in to this one, 21 here tonight, so it's only going to get better after it. But it just shows you how good defensively the Spartans team has been. Even when they're not having a good offensive night, they can still dominate a game.
Yeah, they can really dominate in so many different ways. And Noah, to close out this broadcast here, do you have any final thoughts on this performance from the Spartans?
Well, once again, we saw a bunch of different players score. 2 different players in double digits, and Molly Stock and Allie Stevens, the 2 leading seniors for this team. And just with that, it shows you how so many different people can score for the team, as 3 others had at least 7 points in this game. A lot of depth for this Homestead roster.
And with that, we'll wrap it up here from Spartan Arena. On behalf of the entire Homestead Live crew, including producer Trevor Newhouse, switcher Joel McChesney, our camera operators, and color commentator Noah Lance, I'm Noah Johanningsmeier saying so long from Spartan Arena. This has been a presentation of Spartan Basketball on Homestead Live. Have a splendid rest of your day.